You'll never keep me here. I hear freedom cry. I feel my chains fly. I see Jesus coming. You'll never keep me here. I know my God is near. I know my God is near.
I have to go drop off some packages for my job. Eli is down for a nap. Yeah, I only have 2 packages today, but I'm trying to rack up this production so I can send off so I can get my money back. I know a couple of people have asked me, have inquired about the position. And again, you guys, I don't want to say anything until I know that it's actually like lucrative. Like, you can, not lucrative, but not legit. Like, I don't know the correct word. Just give me I'm trying to wait until I get on permanent to see, like, to make sure I can get on permanent. I ain't gonna give y'all a hookup if I can't. It's like, nah, I just want to wait and see what it's actually like once I'm perm, because that's really gonna be the difference. Right now, it's not, you know, it's okay, but it's nothing you can live off of, because it's production based by what you know, do and how fast you respond and all this extra stuff. But anyway, about my job, as soon as I get on permanent and I see what those checks are looking like, I will give you guys the hookup. Okay? I didn't forget about you. But yeah, Eli's taking a nap. Y'all, I'm just so, like, my brain hurts a little bit. Just a little bit. Because this whole thing with my brother and my dad, it's just ridiculous right now, you guys. Like, so, let me turn this down. I finally talked to, like, I don't know if I told you guys in the other vlog when I was telling y'all what happened, but I had talked to my dad. I mean, I'm lying. I talked to my brother Marcus, and we finally asked him what happened. Now, what he says happened, which I'll give y'all the short breakdown since I'm driving. You know, I like to run my mouth when I'm driving. He said that he was in the kitchen. My dad kept trying to talk to him. My brother's like, I don't feel like talking right now. He was like, I don't want to talk right now. And again, this is not condoning what my brother does, because my brother does have outbursts and he does do things because of his mental illness, because of his disorder. You know, it's severe anxiety, depression, schizophrenia, and oh my gosh, what is the other one? What is the other one? What is the other one? Gosh, I can't think of the other diagnosis, but yeah, he has severe, like, you know, and he has episodes, and you can see the signs of when it's about to happen. It's usually under like high stress. I've noticed most of the ones now, and like high stress moments and stuff. So that's a high stress moment. Someone telling you they're gonna kick you out their house and you're not gonna have anywhere to live, and he doesn't comprehend things properly. So we can see signs, but this is nothing new to my father. My father knew about this, even though he tries to play dumb. But yeah, so my brother was like, yeah, he was in the kitchen, and my dad kept approaching him, wanting to talk. My dad was drinking. My dad drinks heavily. He does. It's the God honest truth. Anybody that knows us knows that that's the truth. Small city, everybody knows. So my brother was like, he was drunk, and he just kept on messing, like just kept on, you know, and he was like pushing, like blocking the doorway. So then my dad they had to have words, and then my brother was like, you need to leave me alone or I'm going to call the cops on you, because my dad was like threatening him or whatever. And then my dad was like, I'm going to go get the bat. He said, oh yeah, I'm going to go get this bat. So my dad went to go get the bat, and my brother closed and locked the door and locked my dad out of his house. It's not funny, but it's funny. So my dad's wife and my cousin Nicole show up, and so my brother opens the door from them, and my dad comes, you know, at him. They're having words. My brother's on the phone with 911, telling him, like, you guys need to send someone here, because he says he's gonna hit me with a bat. Like, he's being very aggressive. He's, you know, everything that's going on. Meanwhile, my dad is in the background yelling, he assaulted me, he assaulted me. Now, this is the version my brother's telling me. And this is the thing. If you knew my family and you knew the people that he's talking about, it sounds right on the money. Right on the money. And so then however scuffle, whatever occurred, my brother said that my dad grabbed him by his shirt, and Marcus's shirt was tore the shirt because he had him pinned on the wall. And my brother was like, you need to leave me alone, you need to get off of me. You know, why he's on the phone with 911. And the 911 dispatcher was like, can you get away from him? Like, is there a way to get, you know, is there a way to get from around him? Asking him questions like that. I'm gonna back up because this box is really heavy. Asking him questions like that, and was like, is there a way for you to get from around him? Because I cannot hear you. Can you tell him to back away? Because I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you. And my brother's like trying to talk to the dispatch on the phone. Now, you know, all 911 calls are recorded. So that phone call, the record is going to get subpoenaed by my brother's lawyer. So yeah, so then whatever happened with that, my brother said that my dad fell. Now, the injuries that my dad sustained, and I say quote unquote injuries because my dad hurt his hand. He sprained ligaments in his hand. The injuries that he sustained they fall in line with what the story that my brother Marcus told us. So now I'm like, okay, they didn't say all of that. Everybody was just saying that Marcus was the one that just assaulted my dad. And apparently when the cops came there, I'm thinking the cops came and said they saw my brother hit my dad twice. That's why they arrested him and took him down. No, my cousin Nicole said that my brother hit him twice as a witness. My dad's wife told my brother, I'm going to F you up, while my dad has him pinned to the wall. What I think happened is my brother was probably getting over on my dad if they started tussling, and my dad didn't realize the strength of my brother. You know, and I'm not being funny, they say crazy people have abnormal strength, just like they said crackheads have abnormal strength. Let me turn this car off. So 349. So yeah, so she's saying this, and then Nicole said that, and so then that, because this is when the cop got there and asking what happened. Because, you know, because you think about it, whenever there's a domestic violence cause, or there's like a whenever there's a domestic violence call, or there's an altercation, they show up and they speak to both parties. Whose number is this? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can I speak with Ashley, please?
This is her.
Hi, Ashley. My name is Keisha with JFC Staffing. How are you this afternoon?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I was calling because I received your resume from Indeed, and I was wondering if you're still looking for employment.
I am currently.
Okay. Do you have about 5 minutes? I want to go over a pre-qualification form and get you scheduled with an interview so a recruiter can discuss job positions with you.
Sure.
Hey, you'll never keep me here. I hear freedom cry. I feel my chains by. I see Jesus coming. You'll never keep me here. I know my God is near. I know my God is near.
All right, babies. Now, I don't know where I left off in telling the story, but hopefully you got a gist of what it is. But anyway, yeah, my brother was telling us stuff, and there's some inconsistencies. Now, I haven't talked to my dad. Here's the thing. Is this even on me? I haven't talked to my dad, like, to hear his side. Like I said, he was intoxicated when I got over there, like, heavily. And everybody else tried to fight me. So we just want to get down to the bottom of it, because if in fact things did occur the way that my brother Marcus did say, like, and this is where I feel like people are getting defensive, because they think that by me investigating it, that I'm not on their side, or that I'm choosing sides, or I'm trying to condone what Marcus did. No, I'm not doing that at all. But what I am doing is making sure that things were done fairly, things were done correctly, things weren't unjust. Like, you guys didn't set him up, because one, why was Nicole there? Why did she say anything about anything when she had nothing to do with it? Because she's the one that told the cop that he hit him twice. But I'm like, something seems very off with this story that they're portraying to, like, my grandmom and them and to everybody else, which I don't give a crap what they portray to anybody, because like I said, I don't give a crap about that part of the family. Never did, never will. but you're not gonna lie on my brother. My concern is my brother and my father. So I'm like, okay, well, you're not about to have my brother have a record when you provoked it and your wife lied and she threatened my brother. So once I hear my dad's side, if he chooses to share that, because if not, then the lawyer will approach him and he'll have to give his statement. And once I get a copy of the police report, we'll know better kind of what to do. And the thing is, both of them can be discredited. You know what I mean? Like both, like my dad's wife, you have an attempted murder on you from stabbing my dad and almost killing him and leaving him for dead in a hotel room. Like, so I don't think it would be hard to get terroristic threats. No, because you did. If you did in fact threaten my brother and said, I'm going to F you up, and you have all the motive to want him out of that house and to lie, because this isn't the first time you said ignorant stuff and threatened my brother by calling your son, calling your daughter, had your daughter come into the house, calling my brother a faggot, all this, that, the other. All the stuff you said to my other brother, like, so you have a motive and you have an attempted murder on your record. So making terroristic threats isn't a far throw, okay? So with her, and then my cousin Nicole got all kinds of stuff. So then the fact that my dad was heavily intoxicated. So my thing is this: when we get that 911 call and we listen, and if it corroborates what my brother is saying, I'm telling him to charge them. Unless my father agrees to drop the simple assault charge, because if in fact if you in fact did fall and that's how you got the injuries, because his injuries line up with the story my brother told. They don't line up with that my brother attacked him and punched him in his head multiple times. Like, come on. I think the fact of the matter is that my brother was probably getting over my dad if they did start fighting, because my brother is strong. Like I had said, I remember saying that to y'all. And the fact that also that he is gay. So I believe that, you know, as a man, that probably hurt his pride. And my dad's old, and my dad was drunk. So how is your story going to hold up in court? You were heavily intoxicated. Your key witness has motive to say whatever against my brother. Plus, she has an attempted murder charge in her background, and she threatened my brother. And then your other one has a long list of discreditation, if that's even a word. Like, it's like, are y'all serious? And this is what I'm pissed about. And this is why I will be on my brother's side about this, because y'all try to go about it unjustly. I'm sorry, the beeping's all up in it. I ain't put my seatbelt or nothing. I literally ran around the corner, which is no excuse. You should always wear your seatbelt. It's very important. But this is why I'm advocating so hard for my brother, because of the simple fact that y'all lied. Y'all did it dirty. I told my dad, if you wanted to avoid getting that eviction charge, having to file that with the courts, I said, the moment if he threatens you or something or whatever, call crisis, have them have it documented, go to the courthouse, get a PFA. Even if you don't follow through with the PFA, having a temporary one is going to immediately evict him from the premises without having to file that $400. This was weeks ago. I said, this way, Marcus will see that no one is playing and that he has to go, mentally challenged or not. So my dad chose not to do that. It's like my dad wanted it. Like, you listening to your, I'm trying to be nice, y'all, wife. You listening to your wife and her logic and her dislike for your family, because she don't want my dad to have nothing to do with his kids or anything. She wants her people in that house, and it's a raggedy house at that. Like, y'all. So I called my dad today and was just like, you know, I just wanted to talk to you, see what's going on. He filed the PFA, because I'm like, I'm trying to get the paperwork together for my brother, because my brother Marcus can't really think, you know, all the way for himself. Crap, what time is it? 4:05. Can't really think all the way for himself. So hold on, y'all, I gotta document my mileage. You know, when you're an indie contractor, like everything, when you do stuff for a job, make sure you document everything: your mileage, the time you spent packing stuff or doing invoices, the time you spent reviewing something, printing something out, your ink, your paper, all that. Make you document all that. Even with YouTube, if you're using YouTube as any type of expense, like, you know, document all of that. But yeah, I was talking to my dad on the phone, and I was like, I just want to, you know, hear your side, and trying to get these dates together, and we going over some stuff. And my dad, I'm like, okay, so where did you send Marcus's paperwork for the PFA? We need this information so I can relay this to my brother. And my dad's like, oh, well, we have to go to court on this date. And I'm like, April 11th. Well, that's the same date as the simple assault charge. And my dad's like, no, that's PFA. I said, well, where is that one at? He's telling me it's at, like, you know, the federal courthouse. And I said, okay, yeah, that is the PFA court. But you also, his prelim for the simple assault is here. So I didn't even get a chance to say much to my dad, because I was just like, you know what, I heard Marcus' side of the story, and I just want to know, because there's a phone call, and once we get this phone call recorded, if there's discrepancies, you know, that's not gonna be good, because, you know. And my dad's like, oh, I gotta go, I'm at the doctor's. His whole tone and everything changed with me, so my dad's pissed off. I said, but the thing is, they're taking it as if, and maybe I'm putting it off that way, that's just my personality, and it sucks that I hope it's not coming off that way. I want to help everybody. I want the best solution for everybody. You want to cry and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, that's my son, da-da-da, I don't want to see that happen to him, yet you aren't being cooperative. You aren't being cooperative in the process. You're listening to your wife tell you to press charges as if this is not your son. If it was her son, would she do it? If this was my brother, little Ted, would you do it? And y'all got into a tussle. How many times have y'all got into a tussle? Ted's got into a tussle with the family members, and y'all didn't want to call nobody. But since it's Marcus, and he's not your biological child, to them, he's not family. And then you got my Aunt Tracy speaking on it. My Aunt Tracy's a crackhead. Point blank, period. A couple of my family members did crack, but she's still a crackhead. Like, you need to mind your business, because you talking about something you have nothing, that you know nothing about. And she's being his, like, she was down there at the Y when he was getting the paperwork, and they see my brother, and he said, that's the address I gave. I said, when did my brother stay at the Y? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, they tripping, y'all. Like, they're tripping, and they're gonna, I'm trying to be peaceable, keep a level head, look at the facts. My thing is, I look at the facts. I should have been a lawyer. I posted it on Facebook. I should have been a lawyer. I'm looking at the facts. The facts of the matter is this, point blank and simple. If what y'all said don't add up, I'm telling my brother to charge my dad with simple assault. I'm telling my brother to charge his wife with terroristic threats. I'm telling, and harassment. I'm telling my brother to charge my cousin Nicole. She's going to get charged with lying. I forget what it's called, to an officer, to arresting officer, giving a false statement or false witness. Excuse me, my brain's a little cloudy. I ain't been into the law system in a minute. Like, but yeah, charge all of them. Since y'all want to play that game with somebody's livelihood and make somebody get a record that shouldn't have a record, make it hard for them to get a job already against him when he already has mental illness, make it hard for him to get in places that can help him, because when you have a violent record, it's hard for them to help you. So y'all want to play that game? That to me don't sound like your son. Keep the PFA to keep him out of your house. You know what I'm saying? But don't play that type of game. Don't listen to your wife, because your wife's gonna have you messed up. And I'm telling you, she looked like she was ready to fight me. I said, I dare her, honey, boo boo. I said, I have the whole family arrested. I'm not the one to play with. And the thing is, they so stupid they don't even realize all of this. So that's what we're dealing with now. My brain has just been clouded with that, y'all. I'm just like really like, and I'm irritated because my UPS man, and I'm gonna call him too. I'm gonna call my UPS man because he keeps leaving my packages on my porch. And this has to be a new guy. It has to. It has to be a new person, because before, like, I don't want to get my, look at that. Why is that sitting on my porch? Like, why is it on my porch and not in my doors? Like, anybody, if I hadn't came home right now when I did, because this wasn't out here when I was out here. Sorry, y'all, that's all close. But if I hadn't came in when I did, anybody could have drove up, picked it up. And then it's one that has a package. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has the whole package of what it is. Yo, like, I'm just irritated. I can't even get the box and record. But this is how easy it would be for him to push this, leave this right here. I got a sign right there. It's for UPS. I've never had an issue. And just leave it in here so it's protected. But no, he want to leave it outside where anybody and their mama, with the box clearly labeled as what it is. They did it with my computer and my printer. And I'm like, for real? So I'm gonna call them and have a nice, lovely little chat with them. And go from there. Because it's disrespectful. Anybody could steal it. Anybody could steal my packages. Granted, I live in a decent neighborhood that people don't really mess with and stuff like that, but it's just the fact, like, that irritates me so much, y'all. My baby is over there knocked out. He just need to be there, y'all. He terrorized me. Alright, yeah, I'm about to document this because I need to. Where did I put the tracking number? I have to document both of these and put these. Always keep receipts. Every receipt that you get in regards to your job, make sure you keep that, you guys. Like, you don't want no discrepancies during tax time, because honey, you could end up having to pay a whole heck of a lot of money, and that's not cool. But I have tons of notebooks. These were at the Dollar Tree. Really super cute, and I keep it documented of when I, like, the product number, when I send the stuff out, all that, all my miles, all my stuff, anything with my businesses, I keep documented. And I have different notebooks for different things. Like, I keep my mileage in this one, and I keep this in the car in my purse, so that's always on my person when I go outside. This one stays right by my computer along with my receipt folder, just so I can just make sure everything is kept track of and go from there. So yeah. I always have them. Yeah. So I'm about to do my documentation. I'm not going to leave it running because I talked enough inside of the car. I'll come back later and talk to you guys for a bit, hopefully, and see what's going on.